Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, the motion picture you're about to see contains scenes so terrifying, the public must be given grave warning.
Hello and good afternoon. Get that off. And
Hi.
welcome to the Bloody Binge movie podcast. I am your host, Sewer Dweller. And joining me, as always, the always talented Friday.
Ooh, thank you.
And this is messing me up because I'm lagging on the computer too. So it's like what you're seeing on the screen is a couple of seconds after what I'm doing. So this is gonna be interesting. But we are here. It is Shark Week, and we decided to watch a movie. We watched Steven Kang's Sharks of the Corn. I've got my Jaws shirt on, and we're going to tackle this thing. But first, as always, we're going to talk about the horror movie and haunt industry news, and maybe even a little weird news. First, it's been a hell of a week if you're a Gen Xer or even a millennial. We lost 3 icons. Ozzy Osbourne, less than 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks since his final concert. Malcolm Jamal Warner, for those who don't know, that is, of course, Theo from The Cosby Show. And, of course, yesterday, the legend, the entire reason the professional wrestling industry exists, one of them at least, Hulk Hogan. So, rest in peace to... Go ahead.
And then today I found out Aunt Linda died, so it's like, yay, let's add stuff.
Oh, they're not stopping because what was it? Who was that jazz singer that passed away? Like it was an old jazz singer.
Mangione?
Mangione. I know his last name was Mangione. I can't remember. Yeah,
Mangione.
And apparently there's a Mandela effect going on with him because there's a lot of people who thought he died like 20 years ago.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a Mandela effect there. I don't remember it, but, So let's go ahead and dive into some haunt industry news, as we always start out with. We're going to go, again, it's that season. We're going down to Florida. We're going to go down to Orlando. We're going to Universal Studios. because Universal Orlando Resort has announced 2 all-new street experiences for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. Mel's Die-In Zombies will feature zombie car hops, and Club Horror will feature undead DJs. No further details have been announced. However, this is speculation that a roaming horde will surround Mel's restaurant and a dance party will take place in the San Francisco area. Again, I've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, but I'm pretty sure they do the DJ thing every year.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if it's just going to be a horde of people or a horde of people dressed up as zombies or ghosts or something.
Zombies. It'll be zombies. And then for the Club Dead, it's just going to be. I think it's just going to be a zombie DJ. But I'm pretty sure they do this. They do that every year because I know most haunts, a lot of haunts do that. But it's Universal, so you know it's going to be on a whole nother level. They haven't. I don't think they announced any new houses this week yet. I take it back. They did. It was like a circus one that I think they've done before. I saw on their Twitter page. Moving on to almost your neck of the woods, Friday. Texas Haunters Convention is taking place this weekend.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yes, I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's taking place.
We talked about it on the other show. Okay. We talked about it on Chainers. It's just unfortunately too far away, and I just moved.
Yeah, because nothing in Texas is close to each other. So it's going to be held at the Irving Convention Center in Irving, Texas, which of course is a suburb of Dallas. The event features over 90,000 square feet of family-friendly vendors, events, demonstrations, and classes targeting Halloween and cosplay enthusiasts. The fun begins with the Friday night haunt tour featuring Dark Hour Haunted House. Saturday and Sunday feature a show floor with over 150 exhibitors, demonstrations, classes, and more. Saturday night has a costume ball that includes a live DJ, giveaways, food trucks, a cash bar, and an adult-themed contest, or adult costume contest. My apologies. Please don't go to this thinking you're going to get adult-themed costumes and you're going to see half-naked people. Now, if you go to Days of the Dead in Indianapolis, or, because here's the thing, I'm going in a couple of weeks for Labor Day weekend. At the end of August, we're supposed to be going to Cleveland for Nightmare Weekend.
Yeah.
They have an adult-themed, oriented after show. And it's literally says adult-themed. So I know there's going to be a couple of like burlesque shows and things like that. There's supposed to be a costume contest and just a bunch of stuff to keep you entertained after the show closes. Adult themed or adult targeted vendors and everything like that. But let's see, we got a vendor map here, trying to see if we've got anything. It's a lot of photography. I'm seeing a lot of art. 2 arcades, All-Star Horror, Alchemy of England, 916 Productions, Back to Life Haunted House, Backwood Props there. That's a good one. Backwoods Props has 2 tables. Barely Alive Productions, Black Ribbon, Cakes by Jennifer. Get yourself a cake while you're there. And go ahead.
Oh, yeah. That sounds awesome.
So if you're interested in seeing
that sounds awesome.
If you're interested in seeing the map or you're interested in going, the website is texashauntersconvention.com. And you can see the map, all 150 exhibitors. Let's see. Should we get some of the classes? Here we go. So some of the classes you have Arduino for haunting, becoming a monster, clowning around with makeup, developing your inner monster, enhancing your location with special effects, Ava foam for dummies, flying haunters, rigging and safety, haunt sliding 101. They have gear and training. Haunters versus paperwork, home haunt automation for dummies, how to elevate slider characters, Krampus Campus, hula hoop and staff, intro to 3D printing, juggling, there's characters, recruit, retain, stay sane. So a lot, and I do mean a lot of um, classes for your managers and how to develop your characters and things like that for a haunt, which a lot of people do need. So all of that's going on this weekend. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $10 to $20 for a single day show floor pass, $25 for the whole week. Wow, $25 for the whole weekend. That is very good. And $115
That is
for
awesome,
VIP.
but it is a 4-hour drive.
See, I'd make it. I would do it. That's just me though. Like we drive. Cleveland is going to be 3.5 hours, I think, from here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it would be worth it if I didn't just have to fix the roof. Literally,
this is true. This is true. I'm also crazy though. So growing up, when we would go to wrestling, me and a buddy of mine, early 2000s, we would drive to Washington D.C., which is almost 4 hours away, just to go to a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on, let's see if there's any. So if you are a haunter, if you're a haunted house, applications are now open for expanded Top Haunts program with the Haunted Attraction Association's Top Haunts. I already said it. Basically, the Haunted Attraction Association's Top Haunts program has been expanded to include 3 categories of haunted attractions. To be certified, attractions must have an HAA member and must be an HAA member and meet a list of 10 criteria relating back to the mission of the HAA to protect customers, promote haunted attractions, and educate industry professionals. Recognition levels are silver for 2+ years in haunt or in operation with at least 3,000 annual attendance, gold for haunts that have 5+ years in operation with at least 5,000 in annual attendance, and platinum for 10 haunts with 10 years in operation and at least 10,000 in annual attendance. Winners will have their logos displayed on the Haunted Attraction Association's website for national media attention, and press releases will be sent out to the national press wire. So if you're interested, you want to apply, go to, well, I'll have to put it on the Twitter page and the Facebook page because it's a Google Doc. When I click on it, it's a Google Doc, so we'll have to post that later. Jen, I'll send you the link so as well, so you can post it in the Owlite group.
Alrighty.
Let's see. I know I'm bad. I'm bad about this. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a long day here. I had to talk to my academic advisor at college for to change my major today. And not only that, it is hotter than a you know what outside. Like it was 80 degrees this morning, and before the sun even came out, and the humidity was already 80, made it 88 degrees. I know that's probably nothing down there in Texas, but let's see.
I'm not saying I'm more hot than you are. I'm just saying I totally understand and it all sucks.
Oh, no,
especially when you work outside all day and you get heat rash.
Yes, thankfully I didn't work today. Yesterday I went down. I was trying to go down to Loveland, but I ended up doing something different. And I got to edit a couple of videos.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to Loveland. Unfortunately, they're charging to get into the castle where the Frogman was supposed to have been seen, and that kind of takes away the allure to me. But I do, because I don't have as big of a weekend next weekend as I do this week. Okay. So I do want to plan a visit to the Moonville prison or the Moonville tunnel, which is supposed to be supposedly one of the most haunted places in Ohio that isn't indoors. Needless to say, the most haunted location in Ohio is Mansfield, is the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, which I've been to, and I will tell you right now, it is a very if you do the tour correctly, you start in the I guess the office wing, if you will, like where the warden's office is and all the administrative sections and stuff like that, and you're walking upstairs, and then you'll get a lot of posters and that, because of course they filmed Shawshank Redemption there, so you'll get there's a bunch of posters and stuff showing when they were filming the movie and everything. When you get to the top floor of the castle part in the front is the chapel, where the prisoners would go, and they would go to worship. Once you're done with the chapel, you walk out on this balcony almost, and you're at the top of the actual prison. And it is one of the most intimidating sights I've seen in my life. Looking down at just nothing but the prison cells and the mold and everything like that. And you work your way down till you get to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, you end up in the showers at some point. And it's crazy because that whole place is still hot in the summer. But when you walk into the showers, it's still freezing cold. Like, it is cold in that room. And you can even get to go see the solitary confinement cells and everything. It's awesome. It's an awesome experience.
Ooh.
But yeah, so let's see here. I've got some news up here on Facebook as well. I'll go through real quick for what do you call it? For the haunt industry news. So somebody took this picture yesterday. See if I can add it real quick. I should be able to. Bing. Oh, wrong area. Hold on. This is interesting. Trust me. I promise this is interesting, guys.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
So what we're looking at is the Haunted Mansion, the graveyard in Disney in Orlando. Those orange things you see are construction markers. It is actually spurring the debate on WDW News today that means the graveyard for the Haunted Mansion could be getting demolished for Magic Kingdom expansion. I hope that is not the case, because I've only been to Disney twice, and needless to say, the Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite things to visit.
And that is saddening.
Well, they change they're changing everything right now. Let's see. Here's something. So the Freakling Brothers horror show, can't really remember where that's from? I don't know if we've talked about this or not on here. I don't think we have. This is in Las Vegas. Yeah, we did. We talked about that. Never mind. The Freakland Brothers is taking the year off, basically. We talked about it last week. It's the one we talked about where, yeah, they're taking the year off. They're gonna build some stuff, because I thought it was weird because no other haunt takes an entire year off to build stuff. Now, again, I give them. I still give them the benefit of the doubt because it is Las Vegas. Their stuff is bigger, much bigger than it is, in Ohio, Virginia, Maryland, and things like that. But I still don't think you need to take a year off.
For whatever reason, the closest haunt to me has been down for like the last 4 years, and they're finally getting back up and running this year. And no, I have no idea why. It is not my point. For whatever reason, I'm not going to pry with the owners. I'm just happy that they're coming back. But I don't understand half the stuff that happens. I'm just happy when they happen.
Yeah, it's it's hard to predict. It's hard, It's hard to predict anything.
Oh, yeah.
I try not to pretend to know everything. If I'm guessing something, good.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that your assumptions aren't valid.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't know and I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't taking offense or anything. I know sometimes that I come off as a know-it-all, or I know stuff. Most of my stuff is opinions, guys, and I will always tell you it's an opinion. Even with these movies that we watch on here, I'm giving you my opinion on the movie. Friday is giving you her opinion on the movie. We're not going to tell you not to go watch a movie. I'm not going to do that.
But I may say go watch this one because this one was better than a whole lot of the ones I've watched recently. But is it one of the ones you should constantly watch? No. But as we move forward.
But yeah, the thing about me is I will give you my opinion on the movie. That's up to you if you want to go watch it or not. That's simple. I'm not gonna sit here and go, hey, you should go see Superman. Did I like Superman? Yes, I liked Superman. I thought it was a good movie. A lot of people out there aren't going to go watch it for the dumbest reason known to man. But whatever, if you don't want to watch it, fine.
I'm going to end up getting the disc at some point for the person in the living room. Am I going to watch it? Probably not. Is she going to watch it? Most likely.
And it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed Superman. I have one big glaring problem with it, but it's not something that will ruin the movie or anything like that for anybody who watches it. But it's just weird to me. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil the movie Superman. For anybody. I'm not a big DC guy. I like Marvel. I will admit on the air, I prefer Marvel. I prefer Marvel to DC. I'm sorry. Everybody will take me out back and shoot me, but I prefer Marvel to DC. But the Marvel universe has not been up to par lately. DC with James Gunn taking over DC is probably one of the best thing that happened to that franchise. In all honesty, in my opinion, like Fantastic Four that just came out today. I have no urge to go see Fantastic Four because I've never been a big Fantastic Four fan. I'll end up going to see it because my kid likes it. My kid likes Galactus. He doesn't like the Fantastic Four. He likes Galactus, and that's who they're fighting. They're fighting Galactus in the movie, so he wants to go see it. Whereas I know also a lot of people are upset that it's a female Silver Surfer. When I'm like, whatever, I can get around that. Sure, the Silver Surfer, the original Silver Surfer was male. There was a female Silver Surfer at one point. It's not gonna affect my liking of the movie. That's simple. I just don't like the Fantastic Four, and I don't like the voice they gave to the Thing. I don't. I think it needs to be a gruffier, gravelier voice to me at least. But
okay, but
that's gonna.
I've enjoyed playing math games with Batman.
I think we can all agree that the Batman voice that Christian Bale uses is the worst Batman voice known to me and out there. Just, And I love Dark Knight. I think Dark Knight is probably one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. That voice was so dumb. That voice was so dumb. But all right, that's going to do it for the haunt industry news, because there's really not much. There's really not much out there. Everybody's building right now. There's not really any big announcements coming out. I will say, one of the big horror movie news stories today is they put out a new trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Me and the kid watched it this morning. He's excited. I have no idea what's going on, but he's excited because he played the game. I never really played. Yeah, I never really played the game, so the movie's not for me. I will still go see it because the kid wants to go see it, and if I have a guest, the oldest would like to go see it. The only issue we're going to have is that it is the same weekend as I'm going to be in Indianapolis. It comes out the same weekend. I'll be in Indianapolis for Days of the Dead.
So
which I'm excited.
With the alternate weekend.
We'll probably do a Thursday before we go is what we'll probably do. We'll get some tickets to that to the Thursday showing, so he gets to see it and he ain't gotta wait, and his buddies, his friends on his little freaking goggle set won't ruin it for him. So, but we did watch the trailer. The trailer, he got, like I said, if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, you might get excited. He got excited. Again, I was like, oh, it looks really creepy for a kid's movie, but I have no idea what's going on. Almost like our movie today, but we'll talk about that later.
Technically, it's not fully a kid's movie, but I'd say it's more for the older children of the teenage generation.
Yeah,
that has not stopped my 5-year-old.
No, he's been watching horror movies. He's been watching movies with us for years. Like me, I grew up watching horror. I started watching horror when I was 5 years old, sitting with my grandmother. My grandma's the reason I got into horror. She passed away. She was really excited for the original It miniseries when it came on, and unfortunately, she passed away right before it came out. So she did not get to see it. But one of our first stories today, we are going to talk about Doug Bradley is returning to voice Pinhead in the upcoming Hellraiser Revival video game. This is from iHorror.com. We have seen a lot of horror franchise video games come out recently, from Friday the 13th to The Evil Dead. I bought the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game when it first came out. I am starting to think I'm just not a fan of this the way they do this, where it's a bunch of people online playing in the same lobby, and some people get to play killers, some people get to play counselors or people trying to get away from the killers and that. And it's not fun for me.
So they did it sort of like when you play Among Us.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's like, did you ever play the original Jason, the Jason game, the Friday the 13th game?
No.
When it was at, well, in the Friday the 13th game, one person by random in the lobby is chosen to be Jason. Everybody else is a counselor, and you have to get away from Jason. Now, Jason was completely overpowered. Like, it was so damn hard to get away from whoever the Jason was. And the only ways to get away from the Jason was to either call the police and head to the exit that the police are at. You had to go around the camp finding pieces to either fix the boat or one of the cars. The boat only needed like the propeller and the battery, or the battery, I think, and the propeller. And then you could escape. Or if the car needed a battery, gas, and the key. And you're basically spending your entire time. Well, if Jason gets on you, you're pretty much already fucked. Because if it was the Savini Jason, which is the one you got if you help with the Kickstarter, you're not getting away. Jason moves faster than you do. He's invulnerable because he's fucking Jason. He's fucking Jason Voorhees. And the only thing you have, like, you get a shotgun, you could get a knife, so if he grabs you can stab him in the throat, with a knife, but it'll only stun him for a second, and then he can still chase you. And you get like a bat and stuff like that to defend yourself with, but Jason gets to teleport. Jason gets to teleport. He gets fast travel, which basically, if you're playing as Jason, you're moving fast, quickly through the woods and that, and you catch. It's just so easy to catch the counselors that. And the thing about it is when you're playing a game like this, you're supposed to work together. Needless to say, people on the internet, when you're playing video games together, don't work together. That's
No.
I love playing Call of Duty, but if I'm playing in an online lobby, nobody's helping each other. And the funny thing is, if you actually pay attention, the teams that do help each other and do work together win.
Yes.
But yeah, so Saber Interactive announced a new game today that looks to reshape the horror franchise game adaptation market, Hellraiser Revival. Okay, this might actually be fun because it is a single-player, story-driven horror game that will pit players against a cult that worships the Cenobites. You will play as a man using the powers of the Genesis configuration to save a woman from the pits of hell. Is that not enough for you? What if I said that the OG Pinhead, Doug Bradley, will be returning to voice Pinhead for the first time in 20 years? Not only that, but Clive Barker helped the developers of Hellraiser Revival craft this brand new story. It will feature 3 special editions. The Genesis edition features the deluxe game puzzle box with LED features and trading cards. The Cenobite edition comes with everything in the previous edition, but also features a statue, a steelbook case, as well as collectible art. And the signed Leviathan edition of Hellraiser Revival features everything in the previous editions, plus it also includes a signed print by Clive Barker. You can find more information about the pre-orders, hold on, at hellraiserrevival.com. That is HELLRAISERREVIVAL.com. Let's see what the prices are going to be. So, for the Genesis edition, it is going to cost you $130. That is the one that comes with the game, the deluxe game, the puzzle box with the LEDs and the trading cards. The Cenobite edition that also comes with the game, official art book, puzzle box with LED features, art print, polystone statue, poster, steel bookcase, enamel pins, trading card pack, and collector edition is $200. And then the one that comes with the signed art print, the Leviathan edition, is $250. But I hate to break it to you, the $250 one is sold out, apparently. Darn. I'm a cheapskate. I'm not paying $250 for that.
If I get it, most likely it's just a straight out game.
Yeah. I just want the game, guys. I just want the games. Alrighty. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that doesn't involve videos, because that's the biggest obstacle of trying to find horror movie news, is that a lot of them have videos that you need to show. But here's one I have not seen. I still haven't seen in a Violent Nature yet.
Me either.
I've been wanting to because it looked really good, but I know it's gotten mixed reviews from a lot of people. But they have announced a sequel. They are filming a sequel, and it begins production next month. not next month, in September in Canada. In A Violent Nature demonstrated that there continues to be a yearning for new perspectives in the horror landscape. Yes, they're 100%. No, everybody's tired of remakes. We're tired of remakes. Unless you're going to do another Jason movie, we're kind of tired of sequels as well. We knew immediately that this distinctive take on the slasher would enthrall fans and are glad to see the community embrace a new slasher icon in Johnny. So there's no dates or anything, but yes, they are getting ready to film In a Violent Nature part 2 next month. For those who don't know, In a Violent Nature, what makes it unique is you're basically watching the movie. From what I understand, you're watching the movie from the killer's point of view, from their perspective, which you really don't get to see very often. Nope, don't want to do that. There, this one. I'm gonna check a couple more websites.
Random plug here.
Okay.
If you'd like to read an anthology or two about things from a killer's point of view, we do have a anthology coming out this October, Killing Stroke. You'll have all types of stories from the killer's point of view to check out.
Nice. Oh, Jesus. Well, speaking of books, we forgot to do it again at the top of the hour, at the top of the show. I've got to remember to do this. Jen, Friday, okay. What have you read or watched this week?
I have, dude, what's the name of her book? Hold on. It's right off the top of my head. Here, you go first and then I'll tell you.
The only thing I've really done this week, I have had a researched argument project due. So I read see, I can't remember the name of my book either. But the good news is mine is on Kindle.
So is mine. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. It is. That's right, folks. We are live.
Yeah, we are live. We have bad memories, and I've spent all day with kids, so therefore I'm half gone. Okay. While he's looking, I read the majority of Rebirth by Mariah Lind. I'm nearly done with that. Really good book if you like Arthurian tales. And this one's set in the future, like nowadays, and what they're doing now. It's a continuance of the fall. And for movies, they did a Justice League and Ruby crossover where in the first one, the Justice League ended up as teenagers in Ruby's world. And in the second one, they end up as adults in the Justice League world, and they have to help them stop Justice League, the Cyber Justice League villain. I cannot remember his name for the life of me because he is a new villain to me.
Wasn't Brainiac?
Brainiac and another guy. I can't remember the other guy's name because the other one was a little bit more aggravating.
What was the name of the movie again?
Justice League Ruby something.
Well, I got it up here. Okay, it says there's part 1, part 2. There's Victor Stone, which is Cyborg, but
yes.
he's a good guy, of course. Or he's a hero.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the. There it is, the IMDb. superpowered Grimm. They fight against the Grimm, but it's not saying who's controlling them. This is aggravating.
Oh, from what I
It's one of
have
the
on the
cyber villains.
yeah, see, because what I have on the Wikipedia page, it's Black Killer Croc, Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, Black Canary. Which I think Black Canary isn't she a hero?
Dude, they end up joining in fighting against this villain. They change sides and help them fight against this guy.
What is this? Kilgray. Yeah, I have no idea.
Kilgray.
I have no idea. I'm. This is what happens again. I'm not a DC guy, so I couldn't help you with it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. To be honest, I am not one either fully. But yeah, I'm just saying they weren't bad movies for crossovers.
Yeah. So I've been reading this week to write my research argument essay for English. Deliver Us from Evil by J.F. Sawyer. I think, J.F. Sawyer. It is the case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I am writing a research argument paper on how the Warrens were not legit. Because I believe 100. When I say the Warrens, I'm talking Ed. Lorraine, I'm still on the fence about. I think she has good meaning, but I think 100% that Ed Warren was a scam artist. I really think he was a scam artist, and a lot of the stuff that I'm reading about him online, writing this paper, kind of points that way.
Yeah,
like it's a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff where it's like, yeah, Ed the best example is The Conjuring 2, the Enfield Poltergeist. The Warrens had absolutely nothing to do with that case. They literally showed up uninvited. They started talking to the lead investigator, and according to the lead investigator, Ed said, hey, we can do this, and this, and make some money off of this. Make some money off of this case. And that's when the lead investigator goes, nah, why don't you just go ahead and get the hell out of here? A month or two later, it starts coming out that the girl, Janet, I think her name is, the one who was supposedly being possessed by the old man, came out and actually admitted, like, yeah, I kind of made a lot of that stuff up. That I faked it. Well, Ed kept saying it was real, that it was a demon and all this stuff, and the girl who's actually it's happened to was going, nah, I'm just fucking with you guys. It wasn't real. So yeah, use that as what you will, So how about we do a couple of funny stories real quick?
Sounds
funny,
good to me.
Stupid stories, paranormal stories. Because I heard this one, and I'm gonna have to do this by memory because I wasn't able to find it. I'm pretty sure it's out there, but it's just a real quick one. So I don't know if you've seen this story from the Los Angeles Zoo about the chimpanzees. Have you seen anything about that, Jen?
No.
So apparently there's this one, the leader, I guess they're in packs, of course, and they have a leader. The leader, apparently he was brought in to mate with the females and, build up the chimpanzee population in the zoo. Well, apparently he did such an amazing job doing this that they were going to ship him to another zoo to try to boost the population there. The problem with that is that chimpanzees have really good memories, and if they had just taken him out of the exhibit like they would many other animals, the chimpanzees would have been like, hey, why are they taking, where's he going? And they would start missing him and everything like that. So they, I guess, laced his food with some sedatives to basically make him out, like he fell asleep or died.
Mm-hmm.
So when he goes down in front of the other chimpanzees, they start panicking, all that good stuff. They go in, get the head chimpanzee out, take him out, and they basically make all the other chimpanzees think this their leader's dead, and they ship him off to the other zoo. Well, apparently it didn't work out at the other zoo. He wasn't as successful there as he was in Los Angeles. So that zoo shipped him back to Los Angeles. And apparently the LA zoo was just like, yeah, just throw him back in there. When they threw him back in, these chimps lost their fucking minds because this guy was dead. Like, they thought he was dead. So they start, they're getting excited. They're jumping up and down, all that good stuff. And essentially, they have started worshiping this chimpanzee as if he is chimpanzee Jesus. Like, he quickly took back over as leader again because, in their minds, it's like, hey, this guy was fucking dead. Now he's back. I heard this story on another podcast, last podcast on the left, and it was the funniest damn thing. There is chimpanzee Jesus out there, guys. Chimpanzee Jesus exists. Just saying. You got a thought on that, Jen?
They did it to themselves.
Yeah.
Because he liked the chimpanzees where he was. Being moved, yes, he had other prospects, but that doesn't change in his mind that he should have been in the other place. Now, the other chimpanzees don't understand what the hell's happening.
No, like, it's literally like, no, wait a minute. This guy was dead 2 weeks ago. Why is he standing in front of us now?
Why is this? It's like, how does this work? Why is this working?
Yeah. Well, and it takes you back to thinking, in what? In 0 BC, 0 AD, when Jesus, they killed Jesus, they crucify him, throw him in a tomb. What if he just really wasn't dead? And he just moved the rock and goes, all right, I'm just going to go now and, live. And they come back, there's an empty tomb, and they're just like, well, how do we explain this? This has never happened before. There's a lot of stuff in history that's out there that's like that. It's like, well, how the fuck do we explain this? Like, what is this? At some point you look up in the sky, there's this big, giant, fiery ball. And the only thing you can go is, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
That can't be good at all. So yeah, it's funny. To me, that just made me laugh my ass off. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Stupid AP. So I need to start doing this ahead of time, not doing it during the show.
Yeah. That would help.
Yeah, but what fun would that be? All right. So
none at all.
Coast to Coast AM. I've not read this story. First time I'm reading this story, but a pair of campers with binoculars have reported that they saw Bigfoot in Washington State. This kind of blends in with the movie. A pair of campers in Washington State could not believe their eyes when they looked through their binoculars and spotted what appeared to be Sasquatch. That's the actual report. Okay, cool. The unique case was reported to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization by witness Rylan Snyder, who explained that the sighting occurred on June 26th while he was camping with a buddy at the Wenatchee River. At the two, it's terribly written. As the two men relaxed that evening, he recalled their conversation came to a sudden stop when his friend noticed something unusual across the river. Grabbing their binoculars, the pair was stunned by what they saw. Recollecting the observation, Snyder marveled that they caught sight of a bipedal creature standing around 8 to 10 feet tall and sporting very dark reddish-brown hair that covered its whole body except its face and hands. So, number one, you're looking through binoculars, so that means you're far away from them. How can you sit here and tell me you knew it was 8 to 10 feet tall? That's a little weird to me.
Guesstimation by the tree beside it. If you have an idea of how big the trees are in the forest where you are, you can guess.
So do you want to hear the actual report that they reported? I have the actual report. It is a Class A sighting, which I have no idea what that means. It was nearest town was Plain, Washington, in Chelan County at the Chihuahua Loop Road. That was the nearest road. Observed, I was out camping with a buddy at the Wenatchee River along the bank a couple of miles down the river from the mouth of the river/lake. Nobody around us for days except the occasional group of people floating or kayaking the river. Our camp was up the cliffside from the river, so we had an awesome viewpoint across and down the river. Saturday night, we were sitting around camp, relaxing and trying to get out of sun, as we had been on the water, swimming and fishing all day. We were having a normal conversation, and my buddy's face went blank like he had seen a ghost. I just kept talking, and he wasn't responding, so after a minute or so, I go, "Hey, what's going on?" He asked me to get up quickly and quietly and go grab the binoculars. I retrieve them, hand them to him, and he starts looking again, staring through them, not saying a word or answering me. About a minute again, after just staring off through the binoculars, he starts pointing, goes, "Look down my hand when you see those two trees on the tall tree line." Then points out the tree in front of those, a very leafy looking tree about 20 feet tall, if I had to guess. I need to go back out and look around and measure it up. He says, "Look to the left of that tree," and handed me the binoculars. This is where it gets crazy. I start looking through the binoculars and see a creature standing there on two legs, damn near half the height of the tree. So I guessed 8 to 10 feet tall, standing there. Had very dark reddish brown hair that covered its whole body except its face and hands. Was super thick and wide, not just tall. Its face looked very ape-like with its features, big mouth poking out, big old nose, kind of flat, though at the same time just very monkey ape-like. As it is standing, it's using its arms and hands to move stuff around like branches and brush. I shook my head in disbelief at what I was seeing. When I looked back through the binoculars, I see same thing I saw before. As I'm looking this time, I asked my buddy, "You saw whatever this is moving, right?" He goes, "Oh yeah." I hadn't seen its face until this point yet. The creature turned its head, and I was staring at its face just from the side. I was mind blown at what I was seeing. In that instant, it looked over the river, scanned upriver a bit, looked straight up at us on top of the cliff, and it ducked down for about 15 seconds, then sprinted off into the woods on two legs upright. I regret not having my phone with me. I will now be investing in a camera and investing some time up in the area, searching until I find again. I have added coordinates. That'll be very close, but we'll go back for exact this weekend. Also noticed I will be going back to check this weekend for footprints for himself. I had fallen. Next morning, so had to go home. 2 other witnesses. Was around 7 p.m. on July 26th. Wait, what? Tomorrow's the 26th.
So he's going to go back tomorrow?
No, according to this, they saw it around 7 p.m. on July 26th. 70 degrees out, little to no clouds. Sun wasn't setting, but was tucking behind the trees. So is this from last year?
Possibly.
2025. It says 2025. Oh, okay. He wrote down here July 26th. According to the report, it was June 26th.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
So, yeah.
He got the months mixed up.
Oh, yeah. So, a possible Bigfoot sighting.
Cool.
Yeah, those are always interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to see if there's anything else interesting on here. I tell you what, let's go ahead and how about we just go ahead and take our break? We're getting close to the hour mark.
Alrighty.
And then when we come back, we'll politely discuss this movie.
I will totally not be. Watch.
I will totally not be screaming and yelling most of the time. There will be no cussing.
Yeah. It will be
Spoiler,
calm.
Very calm. Very. I've got some pan flute music loaded up just in case I get a little too, there's going to be a lot of yelling and cussing. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's going to be a lot of yelling and cussing.
Sounds good to me. Let's do this.
All right. Guys, we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Enjoy. Jen, you want to say your line?
Okay. Bring on that beautiful fade footage.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductibus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite seems trying to say is that on Retro Reductibus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh. And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Door King Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Reductibus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
And we're back. Just that quickly. Welcome back to the Bloody Binge Movie Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Sewer Dweller, and joining me, as always, the very talented Friday.
Thank you, my dear sir. I love you.
We love you too.
Yay!
This movie... It is Shark Week. For those who don't know what Shark Week actually is, Shark Week is a week that they do. I think it's the Discovery Channel does it every year. I think it's actually a little late this year because usually it's like the first, like right around the 4th of July. It is a week that basically Discovery Channel dedicates strictly to shark documentaries. Like shark attacks, documentaries on like great whites or what are tiger sharks or bull sharks or hammerheads or anything, anything shark related.
All the sharks.
Yes. And it's, needless to say, it's very popular. It's become one of the more popular weeks on Discovery Channel. It's like their highest rated week of the year. So they made it like almost like an annual holiday. As you can see, Jen has her own hammerhead. That is a pretty awesome hammerhead, I'm not going to lie. So, meanwhile, I got Kirby behind me.
My daughter let me borrow it for the show.
Let's see, meanwhile, I've got Kirby behind me, staring holes through everybody's soul. And so I decided, last year, it's Shark Week. There's plenty of shark movies to choose from. I can't possibly grab a terrible one, right? So last year we watched Sharkula. Yeah. And this year, Sharks of the Corn. So Sharks of the Corn came out in 2021. It was directed by Tim Ritter, who has also directed many other Oscar-winning titles. Let's see. Those are his writing credits. Where are his director credits? There's the director credits. He has 24 credits to his name on IMDb. The most recent one was from 2022, and it is Topless Tori's Tomb of Terror. He directed a segment called Date a Eugene. But he has other movies called High Fear, Catnado, Natasha Knighty's Boudoir of Blood, Zombarella's House of Horrors, spelled WHORRORS, Earth Girls Are Sleazy, I Dared You, Truth or Dare Part 5, High Death, High 8. Let's get all the way down here. The first movie he ever directed was Day of the Reaper in 1984. So he's got some good 80s style, or 80s horror. He's got some 90s horror on here. Dirty Cop, No Donut. But then you get to this. You want to watch Catnado, a movie about Cat Tornado?
Can it be worse than Sharknado?
Hey, Sharknado's purposely bad, though, and it's fun. So, yes, Tim Ritter is our director. It is written by Steven... What's that? No, we didn't watch Sharknado.
Catnado? I mean, can Catnado be worse than the movie we just watched?
Possibly.
You haven't watched it yet?
It's directed by the same guy. No, I haven't watched it yet. It's on Tubi. If anybody wants to watch it, it is on Tubi. Oh, it has 3 writers. Writer number 1, the only credit this guy has from 2021 is Steven Kang. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a pseudonym because there are a lot of Stephen King and Jaw references in this movie. Ron Bonk who has, that's producer. I don't want producer. 23 writing credits to his name, including Sister Krampus, House Shark, She Kills, Night of Something Strange. Night of Something Strange is that's actually pretty good, and it's crazy. Terror at Bloodfart Lake was actually good. What happened? Here's one for us Friday. Inbred Redneck Alien Abduction. Excuse me. Yeah.
Bless
and
you.
Finally, thank you. And finally, of course, Tim Ritter, the director. We just talked about him. The movie stars Shan Stocken as Captain Sheriff Snyder, who is appeared in a lot of Tim Ritter's movies. Harvester of the Flesh was her first credit back in 2012. Hell's Half Acre was a short. Zombarella's House of Horrors, Gift Wrapped and Gutted. Her name was Krista. Catnado. She plays Jules Verne in Joel D. Winecoop's The Craiglan Incident 2 Aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah, you can watch the sheriff play Jules Verne. I'm sure that won't end badly. Again, for those who don't realize, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Jules Verne is a legendary author. We have Claude D. Miles as Jonathan Gottlieb. It's hard to describe this guy in the movie. 97 acting credits, including Bigfoot Exorcist, Florida Man, Shark Exorcist 2, Bulletproof Jesus, None Dead, Debbie Does Demons. Yeah. It also stars Steve Goyne, Guynn as Teddy Bo Lucas. Nope, stay on that page. Don't want to kill that one. Casey Michael is Benchley. That guy was a fucking character. Rebecca Reinhardt. Now, I like Rebecca Reinhardt. I've met her before at a convention. Nicest woman in the world. She is the woman at the beginning of the movie who's taking her clothes off. One of my favorite movies of hers. We will do eventually.
That plays
here on
like
the
two other roles.
Yeah, I think I've seen her, and I was pretty sure it was her under a mask in a couple of those. But she only gets credit for Susan.
Oh yeah.
She's in a movie that I bought a couple years ago at Days of the Dead called Holy Shit Man. That is on Troma. It is available on Troma now. Holy Shit Man is basically if you put Freddy Krueger and Beetlejuice together with a plumber. He is the devil's plumber, so there's a lot of like shit jokes and plumbing jokes and things like that. And I had fun watching it the first time. I bought it, went back to the hotel room the night we bought it, and we watched it, and we were kind of laughing our asses off. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't recognize any of these people. Tim Ritter plays Clint Grossman, the directors in the movie. Kind of like last week, where the director and writers Mark Polonia was in the movie. We're not going to talk about last week. We're not going to talk about last week's movie again. No. So let's go ahead and get started with Sharks of the Corn. So the movie starts out. It is the Corn Festival. And I'll tell you, they're grilling some corn on a grill, and it actually looks really good. It looks good.
Definitely yummy.
And they show, a bunch. They're showing a bunch of the, what you would expect to see at a festival or a fair, minus the, minus rides and that. But then we go to a couple who are sitting on a blanket. This is Rebecca Reinhardt, and then the guy, we really don't need to know who he is because he's not in the movie for that long. And he's apparently the king of corn. He is drinking a bottle of what I believe is vodka or gin. And she's trying to tell him, she's telling him to slow down. And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to drink. I haven't anything to drink in a while. And he actually tells us that he's tired of corn whiskey. If you drink corn whiskey that much that you get tired of it, that vodka or gin ain't going to do shit for you. I hate to break it to you. Corn whiskey's a little stronger. And, and he goes, well, I just got really tired of it. And she's like, yeah, because, we're corn. Because they are in the middle of a corn, or they're in the front of a cornfield. So they're still talking. Apparently he won the contest for, do you have something to say?
No, I was just saying, with what you're saying.
So he figured he could eat, he tells her he could eat his weight in corn. Apparently this is like their first date, or they had just met or anything like that. And he's telling her all this, and she's just like, yeah, whatever. And she starts talking, because he says something about this being like the greatest corn around. And she starts talking about like, oh yeah, but I heard they use a growth hormone in this corn and all kinds of weird stuff. Like I even heard people have seen lights around here. Some people are even saying there are some alien growth hormone rays or something. And then we see a shark fin in the corn. He's basically going, seriously? An alien ray in the corn? What? And she tells him, well, she read it in his brother's newspaper. Now, again, we are almost 4 minutes into the movie. And for some God knows reason, it really seems like there's no script again. It seems again that the director, that Mr. Ritter is telling them, what he wants, but didn't bother writing down a script, didn't bother writing down lines. So they're just going with the flow. And basically he's like, my brother's newspaper, oh no, that's just he's full of shit. I don't believe any of that stuff. She tells me he's got video of Bigfoot, and he's like, oh, it's probably his wife dressed up. They just probably had his wife dress up in an outfit and go running in. She don't even shave her legs anyway, so. Well, that's nice for you to say about your sister-in-law. So we're back in the corn again. There's sharks going through it, Susan decides, hey, you know what? I'm bored. Let's play a game. Why don't we play hide and seek in the corn and see if there's really a monster out there? He tells her that he's going to give her a 10-swig head start, and she responds, "There's 10 swigs? Yeah. If you take 10 swigs, you're not going to make it off this blanket." So she gets up and starts walking away, and he just drops to the ground. She turns, looks at him laying down. She's just like, come on, whatever. So she takes her sweater off, tosses it to him, and she starts running through the corn. Well, walking through the corn. As she's doing this, she starts slowly taking different pieces of clothing off. First was like her bra. And this woman's got like 4 shirts on. Which made me laugh because She takes her first shirt off here, and she's still got like another shirt on underneath it. And she's already taken her bra and a sweater on that she had over it. So she keeps walking. He's finding the stuff, he's finding the clothing that she's dropping. He's just sitting there like, oh yeah, baby. And he says, and I quote, "If you think there's a monster in here already, you should wait till I get my pants down."
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 5.5 minutes in, we get a dick joke. Did you have anything to say about that, Friday?
Other than the whole the scarecrow was definitely odd. I've never
haven't
seen
got to
a
the
short
scarecrow yet.
before. No,
We're getting there. We're getting there.
She hasn't passed it yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
So she's
I
about
thought she'd
to. She's
passed
about
it by
to.
now.
Nope, she's about to right now. At least on mine.
Okay.
She walks in. She gets a little scared because there's the scarecrow that Jen was talking about, and it is a shark scarecrow. It is a scarecrow with like flannel shirt, khakis, and a shark mask on it. She takes her shirt off, and she's still wearing a dress. But the scarecrow has a piece of corn where his penis should be. Because we're adults here. We're adults making a movie. Did you know that?
Apparently.
He gets up to it. He finally reaches the scarecrow, and he's just like, "Who the fuck is this?" And yells, "But hey babe, what kind of kinky shit are you into?" And decides to sit down and relax for a minute because he's drunk off his ass. And he passes out in the scarecrow's lap. We go back to her. She's, still walking through the garden saying, "Where are you?" The camera pans down to her cleavage for no reason, by the way, at this point. She takes her skirt off. So now she's just walking around in her tank top and panties. And she's still got her shoes on, though. She's still got her sandals on. And she's just walking through. Says she's going to take her chances with the scarecrow with the scorn stalk back there. Wait, what is? She said something about a shark. Hold on. With the cornstalk dude back there, at least the shark had a heart on. And she decides now is the best time, and she's bitching about the guy she's, trying to hook up with, to take her top off, and we get breasts at 7 minutes 25 seconds into the movie. We see that the shark is still flying through the corn. She finally gets out of the corn, turns around, yells, "Shark!" tries to outrun it, but she doesn't outrun it. In some of the worst CGI I've ever seen, the shark catches her and starts chomping on her midsection. And the camera decides now is a good time to get a really good close-up of them breasts.
Multiple times.
Yes. We hear the shark growling. We hear corn rustling as it's flying back through. And then we just automatically cut to this room with a bunch of pictures of sharks. I swear to God, a lot of these are from the Jaws production book.
Yes.
A couple of IDs, a shark, like a shark jaw, the bones of a shark jaw, and it's basically a shrine to sharks. We cut over to this guy who's in a wife beater. Almost looks like he's orgasming, sitting on or kneeling at this altar. I guess is the best way because it's. But in reality, it's a hotel room that it's the dresser in a hotel room with the mirror. And then for no reason whatsoever, he puts on an orange ski cap and a shark gator, like the neck gator that's a shark. And it shows him, I guess, killing a woman in the middle of the corn. Then it keeps going between him and a great white shark in the water. He's using the bone, like the jaw bones, to pretend he's biting her and eating her. He starts growling and finally, like, kills her. But then it shows the body parts, and it's clearly a mannequin. Like, they don't even try to hide the fact that it's a mannequin. We cut back to him, and what goes again shows that shark in the water, and it goes back to him. And then for some reason, Stonehenge.
I don't get this movie's obsession with Stonehenge. He has the biggest obsession with Stonehenge.
It's just weird. It's crazy. And we're only 10 minutes into the damn movie.
Do you feel vibrations? Do you feel the vibrations from Stonehenge?
No, I do not. So then we cut, and it cuts to the outside of a motel, even though, and he walks out with just the gator on now, not even the orange ski mask, just the gator. And I guess this is supposed to be a hooker who's on the phone with somebody, and she starts, oh, wow, look at you, and she starts laying it on thick to him. She said, I thought the coronavirus was over by now, or so I thought anyways. It's 2021. I think we were still wearing masks in 2021. So she pulls out what I'm guessing is a blunt out of her fishnets and asks if he wants to party. She asks if he has a room there. He shakes his head yes. And she charges him $60 up front, $60 per after. She asks if it's okay. He just shakes his head yes.
That is a very big theme.
A big what?
The part up front and part after is a theme in this movie.
Yes, it's weird. It is kind of weird. So they start walking back to his room, and she's like, I bet you love to bite, don't you? Yeah, what gave you that idea? And the funny thing is, the camera pans down like it's trying to show her body, but it's dark as hell in this hallway. So all you see is like almost like a black screen. Now we're back in the room, and all of a fucking sudden, he's got the orange ski mask back on. She's looking at the altar going, hey, this is pretty awesome. Look at all this stuff. So now he pulls the gator down, takes the ski mask off that he wasn't wearing 5 minutes ago. Like, how about just not have him wear the fucking ski mask? And he starts going in about the Great White, how it's the greatest killer that ever lived, and that they're goddesses. He says sharks are older than trees and dinosaurs, and they're 450 million years old, and basically just starts going into all these facts about sharks, that they don't age, they don't get cancer, strong, fearless, all this stuff. And even she's like starting to get that look like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy. I should get the hell out of here. He says that they're the only species to outlive 4 out of 5 extinctions and all this stuff. And she starts posing in the mirror, and he takes the jawbone and crushes it on her face. And the look on this guy's face as he's killing this woman with the jawbone, there is, and I'm looking at it right now, when he's supposed to be choking her out or hitting her with the jawbone, it's at least 6 inches above her head. He is holding it there like he's choking her or whatever, And it's not even touching her. You can see that it's not touching her. And again, we see this image of a shark. He raises the jawbone up, puts it, slams it down. It busts her mouth like open. There's this weird, like almost like Stranger Things like thing on her face. Jen, how much blood gets on his white t-shirt after he's bashing her head in with the jawbone?
More than I don't remember. Probably more
None.
than it should be because
None.
My internet running so slow. I don't have it up on my side.
0.
None?
There is no blood.
Okay.
There is no blood on.
Dude,
He's wearing a white. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead. Go ahead.
This does not make any sense. Okay.
He is wearing a white wife beater, a white A shirt. He is bashing someone's head in. There is no fucking blood on his body, on the white shirt. Nowhere. There's CGI blood coming up. Blood's the cheapest shit you can buy. It is the cheapest special effect you can buy. Why are we not putting blood on the shirt? Did we not have $15 to go buy a freaking 5-pack of shirts just in case?
They used this hotel room for all the sets throughout the movie. Dude, they don't have, it's like they had like $200 to make this movie.
Couldn't tell you. There is no budget. There is no budget game this week. There's no budget on here whatsoever. I'll have to try to look it up. There is nothing on here about a budget. My guess, like you said, I think it's $300 because blood is. I can go to Walmart and buy a bottle of blood for $5. I can make blood with corn syrup, toothpaste, and food coloring.
Yeah, I have all that in there.
There's no good reason whatsoever that there is no blood on this man's shirt. This is lazy. This is lazy filmmaking at this point. You bash someone's head in, there's gonna be blood. And he's making this weird sound.
Yes.
And just... This is your bidding, Chinchamadl. Chinchamadl is going to end up being a goddess. You know what, Pyle? I think it might help these people with their movie. That just there's no acceptance. I will not accept it. That is not acceptable. There's no blood on this man's shirt.
Okay.
I warned you. I warned you guys I was going to be yelling. My kids probably
I'm here.
Yeah, my kid's probably in the other room going, what the fuck is he doing in there?
This is why I have this on, so we don't scare the children.
Yes. Oh,
They
you knew
say
there was
hi.
going to be yelling. Hello. You knew there was going to be yelling. So now
This
we
movie
cut.
hurt very badly. I wanted to stop watching.
I will tell you guys ahead of time, I fell asleep so often in this movie. Exactly. Ketchup. Ketchup's $1. Just, oh. But I digress. So now we cut to the cornfield, and now this guy is walking through the field with the dead body of the hooker, and he's essentially going to end up, he's burying the body in the cornfield. Don't worry that we come back to this much later. Much later. So we cut to the next morning, and there's I take it back. We cut to the next morning, and there's Susan's dead, naked body laying on the ground. Again, we get a close-up, by the way. We do get a close-up again. As another female police officer is wrapping the police tape around the cord very badly, by the way. the boyfriend is standing there, and we get a detective in a suit, and he's asking the boyfriend to tell him what happened. Boyfriend tells him, last thing I remember, we came back from the festival, we decided to have some alone time and start to play strip hide and seek. And basically tells him, I ended up passing out on the scarecrow, and I ended up passing out on the scarecrow. She took off, and this is how I found her. Okay, so he tells him all this and everything. What happens? What happens to him, Jen? Do you remember?
The guy says he believes he did it, and he wouldn't take anything to get out of anything other than he's the one that did it, and he arrested him.
So with absolutely no evidence, no motive, nothing.
Nope.
He puts this guy in handcuffs and arrests him for murder.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've taken a law class, and even then it was only a business law class, but I'm pretty sure you can't just arrest somebody without evidence. So he starts accusing him. He's like, and the boyfriend's like, "Oh, we just had a few drinks and we were running through the corn, dude. I was picking her clothes up as we went along." And the cop's like, "Nope, you did it.
Nope.
Get in the car."
I don't like the cop at all. The cop is just judgmental and crass.
Yeah, he's like, "What do you make of that mauling she got?" And the guy's like, "I don't know. Could have been a wild animal. Could have been anything. I was passed out on a scarecrow." And the guy basically starts bringing up his brother's newspaper about how they're always talking about Bigfoot and all this stuff. And that his brother is a real estate agent, and he's using, hunting Bigfoot as a way to sell these farms and all this stuff. And just, it's obvious that this guy hates this guy, the boyfriend and his brother. So he tells him, "Don't get smart with me. We got ourselves a murder investigation here. Susan Blake was a beautiful, a churchgoer.
Yeah, I think that he had wanted to be the boyfriend and not him, is what it sounds like.
I have never met a churchgoer that would randomly run through a cornfield in public taking their clothes off. That's just me, though, and I was raised Roman Catholic, though, so do that with what you will." And he tells me, she's like, she was a librarian, for God's sakes. And he literally says, "I'm inclined to believe you and your brother did this for your own reasons." And the guy's like, "Seriously? I mean, have you seen these bite and scratch marks?" And he's not taking it. He's like, "No, you're going to jail." Then he gets on the walkie and calls for Officer Rosenberg, who's standing 6 feet away. She's 6 feet away, guys. On the walkie. I think they're trying to be funny. Go ahead.
It looked like he was trying for something, but on the other hand, I think he may have forgot that her name was Rosenberg, or he was so into his speech that he made up that he forgot she was so close.
All you can do is look to the left. So, and she responds, and they're using these walkie-talkies. Again, $20 at a thrift store, you can go get yourself a realistic looking walkie-talkie. These are those ones that I used to use on the farm when I worked on the farm. There's these little things that are probably about like this big. They're not big. They're literally only meant to be used on the same property. These little ass walkie-talkies that were probably $50. $20, you could have went and got a realistic one. Just saying. And he asked if anything was weird. She says, "Just a scarecrow with a shark head and Susan's tracks. And lots of condoms." she asks if we should close the cornfield, and he goes, "No, we don't close the corn. We shouldn't think about closing the cornfield. We got everything we need right here. And besides, it's harvest season. People got to pay their bills." Jaws. The mayor didn't want to shut down the beach on 4th of July because there was a great white. So now we cut to another car pulling up somewhere. And 2 people get out wearing all black and ski masks, and one is wearing a t-shirt. Get ready, folks. This is where it gets even crazier. So they run up on this group of people who are walking around in hooded cloaks with the shark gaiters over their, over their nose and that, with automatic weapons. And they're sneaking through their camp. Now, at one point, again, if just this would have been like, oh, there's a couple of people in the woods over there. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
So they knocked the first one out.
Seriously.
They knock one out. She's wearing sunglasses for some reason. As they're walking through, they find a tripwire. He stops. It's a guy and a girl, by the way. It's clearly a guy and a girl. He stops her from hitting the tripwire, and this spiky ball comes down. And it looks like something that somebody made in like a 6th grade art class or something. They keep walking through. He stops her again because there's these little kind of like plastic spikes sticking up. But I guess if you would have tripped, you would have killed yourself. Otherwise, it would have been like, ow. So they go around that. And they get to this thing. And then, again, there is a person in a black hooded cloak with a shark gaiter carrying an automatic weapon. The burglars or robbers or whatever the hell they're supposed to be their only weapon is a crowbar. So, and they're just walking around nodding to each other. And this is where you literally, and the freaking woman in the black hooded cape looks right at them. And they're just kneeling not even in the woods, not even behind trees. So they walk into this hangar almost. There's an alien skeleton, a couple of things. And then right in the center with some candles, some electric candles, not even real candles, electric candles around it, is this container that has a shark inside it with blue water. Have you ever been to the beach? Have you ever been to a beach store? A beach souvenir store? That shark is $1.
Yep.
$1. It's $1.
But for the plot, it's the whole lot more important.
Yeah, it's the whole plot of the fucking movie. It's the whole plot of the goddamn movie. Is that little plastic dollar shark in that container. So they basically steal the baby shark is what it's supposed to be. And again, one of the other downsides of this movie is they drag these scenes out so fucking long. This movie is 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it could have been wrapped up in 50.
Yeah, it's about 53 minutes too long. Seriously.
Yeah. So the male burglar touches the shark, and for some reason we go back to fucking Stonehenge.
You see a shark and a Stonehenge, like he's having a vision.
Yes. And they're both just looking at, again, cut this shit out. Cut it out. The alarm goes off, and they go running. Well, slowly walking out of the hangar as the people who were supposed to be guarding the baby shark walk right by them and let them go as they're going to check and see what's going on with the baby shark. These two are just moseying on along. And then finally they see them and they go chasing after them. Instead of shooting at them with the automatic weapon that one of them is carrying, the hangar blows up. The hangar blows up in some of the worst CGI explosions I've ever seen in my life. Cut to a guy waiting in
Yes.
probably
it looks like they did it with the person's phone.
Oh yeah, they
said
did
it
not.
Looks almost like the person that was running away did it with their phone. But when did they put the bomb down?
Hey,
that's my question.
Don't be trying to make sense of this movie. So there's a guy waiting in a Chevy, what I believe is like an Impala. The two burglars, who are still in their black ski masks, are hiding behind a wrecked car, and they come walking out. The guy in the Impala gets out and basically tells him, hey, I got your money. It's half now, half when I sell it. Seems familiar.
What's with this half thing?
It's almost as if the filmmakers think that's how deals work, like criminal deals work. It's like, no, I did the job. You pay me all of it up front. So this guy reaches back into, goes into the trunk, pulls out a briefcase that I guess is supposed to have money in it, puts the shark in the briefcase or in the trunk, pulls out a plastic Wendy's straw and basically blow darts both of them. It knocks him out. He walks over and takes the briefcase, tells him, apologizes to him and goes, hey, sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but this is just too important. And he says life is rougher than a cob, and I want to punch this guy in the mouth. So he takes the briefcase, throws it in the back of the car, scene's over. Now we go in the dark. There's another very voluptuous woman, random woman, just walking through the corn. She sees someone's tracks. She goes, oh, what big feet you have. Easier to track you. And she's, again, just walking through the corn. Nothing's happening. And as she gets basically, she sees Sasquatch. And he goes running off through the corn. And on it, after she yells for Sasquatch to come back, the words Druid Hills Realty, Jonathan Gottlieb, Realtor, appear on the screen. And then we go to Jonathan Gottlieb, the brother of Gary from the beginning of the movie, as he's trying to make a commercial selling houses based on the idea that if you buy this house, you can go become a monster hunter. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. But if you're interested, call 1-800-BIG-FEET. Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, no, not according to my father-in-law.
No. So from there, we cut to a police officer sitting in her car. Now, this is not a police car. It is a Ford with that, that little red siren you can buy from Spencer Gifts, sitting on top of it. She's bitching about the Gottlieb, saying that he's going to make Druid Hills weirder and then all this stuff. She pulls out her walkie, which is, again, the same little $50 walkie, the little farm walkie. This is not a police walkie. It wouldn't work for police work. I'm being picky at this point, I know, but still. So she asks if anything's happening. The guy, go ahead.
I'm just saying, wait, folks, the props get worse.
Much. So basically, they haven't seen, I guess she's looking for her sister. No one's seen her sister. She's asking the guy, her partner or deputy, if they've seen her in that. As she's basically doing over and out with the partner, the guy from earlier drives by and she goes, huh, that was weird. Turns her lights on and pulls him over. Being weird is not a good enough reason to stop a car. He wasn't breaking the law. He wasn't speeding. Nothing. She pulls him over because, that was weird. Turns her little fake siren on and goes after him. He pulls over. You know, he is still driving with the orange mask and the shark gator on. She goes up, asks for his license, registration, all that good stuff. Needless to say, it doesn't go well. She looks in the back of the car and sees a bunch of body parts. Now she wants him to get out of the car. And these are the words, again, they do, and they pan and they show the body parts. When it shows the heart, that's so obviously a dollar store plastic heart. It is from the Dollar Tree. Again, Friday, I'm with you. I think the budget of this movie was $300, and most of it was spent on the hotel room.
Because seriously, later there was just a green poster board for the sign of the town. I'm sorry, around here it's usually made with concrete and bricks.
We have wood signs. We have some wood signs that tell you when you're in different parts of town. But see, the thing about here though is everywhere's Dayton. You go to Centerville, you're still in Dayton. People still say, "Hey, I'm from Dayton." You go to Kettering, people are saying, "Hey, I'm from Dayton."
That's like the Houston area.
I think it's like every big city, honestly, because
it's like
they
5 major cities.
Yeah, there's the Miami
5
Valley
major
is
cities that I think Houston has eaten.
Yeah, Virginia is like that too, though. Down where I'm from, there's 7 cities, and they call themselves Hampton Roads. Hampton, Williamsburg, Hampton, Newport News, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Suffolk. Yeah, hold on. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Newport News, Hampton, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Suffolk. Yeah, that's all of them. I think I forgot Hampton.
Those, Hampton like 4 times.
Yeah, well, it's Hampton Roads is the name of the area. So it's Hampton, Newport News, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Suffolk, and Portsmouth. There you go. My defense has been 12 years since everybody forgets Portsmouth. Nobody wants to go to Portsmouth unless you got a Kevlar vest. So she pulls her gun out. Now, I see cops all the time. I've never seen a cop with a revolver. Not only that, I've never seen a cop with a revolver the size of a soda can. Again, buy props. So she pulls him out of the car, and she ends up arresting him. He's yelling at her, bitching, all that good stuff. He looks at her and says, "Oh, you look familiar." Scene ends. We cut back to Jonathan, who is now flying a drone over a cornfield. And Jen, what does he see in the cornfield?
He see sharks going past like a video game?
And it's weird because I was kind of passing out at this point, and I'm like, are those fucking mosquitoes? They look like mosquitoes. But yeah, and they're just going like back and forth and back and forth, you know. Again, I see what they're going for. It looks good. It's still, I wish they would have got better graphics. Because even he's sitting there going, huh, that's weird. But while he's sitting here looking at it, he gets a phone call from his brother, who has apparently been blowing his phone up since yesterday. Tells him he's in jail, tells him why he's in jail. And Jonathan's just like, what? That's weird. Okay, I'm on my way. And that's the end of that scene. Now we could have cut this whole fucking scene out. This whole fucking scene could have been cut out. Now we cut to the bald guy, the guy with the briefcase, walking through the forest. And he's going to meet this mobster, I'm assuming? Would you say mobster?
Due to the nephew's costume, I would say they were going for mobsters. But seriously, the kid has the Beetlejuice costume, the same one I bought for my kid.
Yes, there are three people. There's an older guy that looks like he's straight out of The Godfather. I swear, he looks just like Marlon Brando in The Godfather. He's the leader, wearing a black suit, black shirt, and red tie. He has a henchman, big fat old guy, next to him, wearing black t-shirt, black pants, and a black leather jacket. There is a young teenage kid over to his left, wearing the same suit that he's wearing with the red tie and the black. And then there's this young girl in a Beetlejuice costume.
Yeah.
Why?
We couldn't figure it out. It's a thing that was happening.
But apparently he's selling the shark baby, or the baby shark, to the mobster. Now, I will say I did like the fat guy next to him, because he kept repeating everything the mobster was saying. I thought that made me giggle a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't, I still think this whole scene could have been taken out of the movie, because every time he does it, the monster just looks at him and goes, and keeps up with his lines. He does it again, until he finally tells him to shut the fuck up. So he wants him to get, the mobster wants him to give him the shark. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you the shark, but I will give you once I get my money, I'll give you a map that tells you where the shark is. Well, why would I give you the money if you don't have the shark with you? Again, I think these people are trying to portray villains or thugs or criminals as stupid or something. What you want, kid?
What are you doing?
I'm on live. What do you need?
Nothing.
Out.
Checking on you.
Sorry about that. He's in trouble this weekend. He doesn't get his video games, so he's not very happy right now. My apologies.
I can't say anything against it because Dante's already been in here 4 times to see if I hadn't left.
I don't know why. I don't know what he wanted to eat. He was supposed to be camping with her mom this weekend, and he went Thursday, stayed the night Thursday, and then came home yesterday because he was bored. He was bored because he ain't got a video game. He ain't got a video screen in front of him. So we told him, if you come home, you're going to work in the yard, and you're going to not have video games. That's simple. He still wanted to come home. And now he's like, I really wish I had my video games. Oh, I'm sure you do. But anyways, So they're going back and forth, and essentially, the mobster's like, so there's a trust issue here. Well, yeah, we're all criminals. Mm-hmm. No criminal trusts any other criminal. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm skipping through most of this scene. Eventually, the bald guy tells him he doesn't.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, he doesn't trust him, and the mobster sends Beetlejuice and the other guy in the pinstripe, the teenager in the pinstripe costume, out to find the shark, the baby shark, where it was left. So they find it, and as they find it, here come the sharks. Thankfully, they kill Beetlejuice first because, again, I don't know what the hell was up with that.
It's the costume that they had that was stripy.
Yes. So she grabs it, holds it in the air. Here come the sharks. There's Stonehenge again. Don't forget, there's Stonehenge. But it's not raining this time. It's sunny. So they go running. The shark kills both of them, and this infuriated me. Because there's fucking blood on the Beetlejuice costume. We couldn't put blood on the wife beater. On the white beater of the guy who was bashing someone's head in. But we could put blood on the Beetlejuice costume. Make that make sense.
I can't.
Why? Why did we not put... So needless to say, it kills Beetlejuice and the teenager. Somehow, in the middle of the woods, everybody sees this happens, apparently. We aren't anywhere near the cornfield, but they see it happen. Bald guy goes running. The mobster takes a revolver and starts shooting at him. And the bald guy's like, nah, I'm just going to run slightly. I'm going to slightly run to the left so it misses me. He goes running. He's running through the corn. Once again, we get another shot of Stonehenge for no reason. And he comes across the baby shark. He takes the plastic hand off of it, grabs the shark, and goes running. Still running from the mobsters. We hear the shark growling. Now he's running from the mobsters and the shark. And it's right behind him. We get Stonehenge again. And we go back to the mobster and his henchman. The henchman tells him he's got the shark pup. He's got the shark pup. He's got the money. He's got everything. And the mobster starts yelling, Benchley! So I guess the guy's name is Benchley. You're finished! The fat guy, I'll give it to you. The fat guy is, again, pretty funny. He goes, I'm so tired. I don't even have anything to eat. And that the sharks got Joey and Zoe. And you and me have to go after Benchley. He tells him, no, that won't be necessary because I planted a GPS tracking device in the money. Cut to a police station where the guy is, the shark guy, I guess his name is Tommy, isn't it? Is getting his picture taken. Then we cut to what's supposed to be an interrogation room. Jen, does this look like an interrogation room?
This looks like it's still the hotel, and they have one's from a plane, a guy who jumped out of a plane that they never found apparently, and I don't even know who the other guy is that was up on the wadded thing, and it's on the same on both walls.
That is him. What is his name? I'm trying to think of his name. D.B. Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah, that is 100% the poster. I did not notice that. That is 100% the poster for D.B. Cooper. Jesus Christ.
They're just using the hotel room a lot for the sets. It's probably cheapest.
And the same poster's behind her.
Yeah, it's the same on both walls.
And then they have a black curtain over the fucking window with blinds. You can see the blind. Oh my God. Pyle, I think the haunted houses cost too much money for these people.
Yes. Dude. It's insane.
I didn't notice, but I knew they were hiding something behind that black. I didn't realize it was like a very thin curtain or blanket put over a window with blinds that the sun is shining right through.
Yes.
So now, why didn't he just jump out the fucking window? He's not cuffed.
He wants to have the conversation. He believes it's almost done. So he is having the conversation with her to help her find the thing because he believes she's going to be the one.
They take 2 minutes just talking about the recorder and how old it is.
I didn't say they didn't drag it out.
This whole fucking movie's drug out. Like we're 44 minutes in. We're 44 minutes in. It should be over by now.
53 minutes too long.
So they're talking. He's finishing, I guess, his milkshake or something. So they finally start recording, and she starts asking him some questions about murders and that. And he essentially admits to being is it the Shark Ripper or something?
Yeah.
Basically, he admits to being a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not going to go through this whole thing. He starts talking about this shark cult and all this stuff. Because they're still talking about how what great white sharks are better than everything. He actually says great white lives matter at one point.
Yeah.
So he's going through, he's just telling us about sharks again, and they start talking about there's a shark cult that worships this goddess shark, and that he's killed enough people to bring her back, and this is true. They couldn't spend $2 on a milkshake. To get everybody to do her bidding, and that they're gonna make these shark humanoid creature things, and yeah. Guess what? I just what do you call it? Paraphrase that entire scene, and I just saved us about 15 minutes.
Yes, you did.
So he eventually shows her the picture, a picture. She shows him a picture of her sister, and he goes, "Oh, this looks a lot like you." She asks if he killed her, and he goes, "There's been so many, I don't remember." And he tells her that his reward is in the becoming, all that good stuff. He asks her, or she asks him if he can tell her where she asks him where the bodies are. He goes, "I can't tell you, but I can show you." And she just, "Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to take you there alone, even though you're a serial killer, and now we're going to be in the middle of fucking nowhere by ourselves. Guess what? We're going alone."
Another thing that makes lack of sense.
Was it the partner that goes, "Hey, I'll go with you if you really want"? "No, I got to do this alone." "No, why? Why?"
Yeah, dude, I have 2 questions. Why alone, and why does she do the thing she's fixing to do on the way with Baldy?
Yeah, I don't get ahead.
I guess.
Spoiler alert, shenanigans are coming.
I can't help it. I am just ready for... Yeah.
So Bentley gets in his car. It doesn't start. He gets out, flips it off, and walks away. Again, that scene could have been fucking cut. There's no reason for it. We now cut to I guess it's the police chief's office. Where, what's his name? The freaking Jimmy? Is that his name? Jonathan shows up to try to get his brother out of jail. And the police chief's like, yeah, no, he killed a lady. And it's basically back and forth, you know. And then all of a sudden the conversation starts to get turned towards, hey, look what I saw. Jonathan opens his laptop and shows him the sharks going back and forth in the cornfield. And the cop's like, yeah, that's fake. Which I get why the cop thinks that's fake, because, you know, this guy makes a living trying to tell people, hey, if you buy this house, you might see Bigfoot. And the funny thing is, again, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not skipping anything important.
No, dude, there's a possibility I can see Bigfoot over there in the backyard.
Like, there is nothing important in this conversation between Jonathan and the sheriff. Again, cut it. Kill it. No, this movie doesn't need to be that long. Mm-mm. And I don't know what happened. I'm to the scene now where the guy, you know, the partner is talking with the sheriff, and, you know, that's when he asks her, hey, are you sure you don't want me to go with you? You know, two people with the serial killer? No, I got to do this by myself. And apparently one of the cameras broke or something, because when it goes to him, it's almost like it's being filmed on a camera phone, because the quality goes down hard. So, and she's telling him, you know, I really need somebody here to watch The Office, because apparently they're the only two fucking police officers in this precinct. You know, blah, blah, blah. They're going through. Oh. Then, this part was actually pretty funny. He goes, well, here, why don't you take these extra weapons, this book bag that I took off of a peaceful protester the other day. Jen, do you remember what's in the backpack from the peaceful protester?
A grenade and some other random guns?
A gun, a knife with brass knuckles, and a fucking hand grenade.
Yeah.
From a peaceful protester. Now that was funny to me. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
Peaceful protester. Here's a fucking hand grenade. We then cut outside to a car. And for some reason, the mobsters are driving a Volkswagen. Maybe don't show them in a car. So they're talking about, you know, the GPS is over here. He's finally stopped moving, all this stuff. So, are we going to go chase him down? No, even better. We're going to get in a helicopter. Why? Why? If I'm chasing somebody, a helicopter is only going to work if they're not on foot. True. Because now, to catch them, I have to land the helicopter. Get out of the helicopter, which takes time. Duck my head down, because if you stand up straight, you will be pulled into the propeller and you will be beheaded. And then chase after the guy who's probably saw the helicopter landing and said, you know what? I'm going to run away now.
Yeah, basically.
And it's funny because they're behind a green screen.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I agree.
Like they use... And then we just cut to this random family playing right out... I guess they're right outside of the cornfield. She's got an umbrella, and the kid and the dad are playing Frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
Right outside the corn.
Mm-hmm.
And she's yelling about him getting sunburn or whatever. It's like, again, this scene could have been cut.
Yes.
So they're throwing the Frisbee. The dad overthrows the Frisbee. The kid goes running to get it, and guess what happens?
Sharky time.
This movie is not about killing a kid.
Twice.
So, yes, twice. The kid gets eaten by the shark. The parents go running, because they hear the scream. They're standing out there. For some reason, both of them are now under the umbrella, crying because their kid is dead. And they do not get killed. But we go back to Stonehenge. And cut back now, we're driving with the police officer and the officer and the serial killer. She keeps calling him Teddy Bear, which I think is extremely weird.
Yes.
And they're just talking about, everything comes full circle. And they start talking about, he starts telling her how Stonehenge is supposed to line up with the blood of all of his victims. And it's supposed to bring back the shark goddess. I'm not going to keep saying her name because I'm going to, if I try to say her name and I say it wrong, I might summon the devil. So, and they're talking, about how, again, sharks are better than humans. And at one point, he tells her he can smell her fear. He's trying to look creepy in the back. This is one of those parts that I fell asleep on, by the way. We see the mobsters in the helicopter, which apparently the mob boss can fly a helicopter, guys. Now we cut to the police the cop and the female cop from earlier, the asshole cop that arrested Gary and him earlier, with another guy. Do you remember who this guy is? Because again, I think I was asleep at this part.
Okay. She
bald
had
guy
picked up the bald guy that had tried to sell the baby shark to the mobsters. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Yeah, I don't think he has a name. He's supposed to be Quint, almost.
Yeah. For some odd reason, he's just walking along, and she picks him up and says, "Nah, we'll give you a ride."
No. This is the other bald guy. This is the guy in the purple or blue polo shirt.
Blue polo. Oh, he's an alternate person that is part of the government. That's just foul mouth for no reason.
Yeah. So Jonathan shows up, and I guess they're going to go look for the sharks.
I have no idea what was the point of this guy.
What was the point of the whole movie? He's got signs. Okay, Jonathan has signs that say, "Please, cornfield closed by order of Druid Hills Police Department." And he's begging them to close the field and try to get a handle on this. And even the bald guy's like, "Can't you see, you fucking idiot? We can't close the cornfields. It's harvest season. That's just ludicrous." Now, if you think there's some kind of Bigfoot or monster out there injuring people like they did those poor people, the little redneck boy and all these farmers, you and your boys should go catch them, take them down, get them out there, get them out of there. Jeez. That's literally what he just told you. He just told you there's fucking sharks. There's something there killing people.
Yes. I can't figure out the point.
So now Rosenberg gets a call from the base. And she got a report from Eleanor at the Williams farm. She said that the boys and some friends have stumbled into a cornfield and there were some tracks or something, that they're all shook up and not making any sense. Okay, this is the mayor. Yeah, this is the mayor. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I fell asleep in this movie. I couldn't do it. So,
yeah.
The mayor, he's the mayor, and him and Jonathan are now going to go check out the cornfield or something. Cut back to Schneider and and Tommy driving down, and she ends up picking up Bentley or something. Benchley. The bald guy who actually has the shirt. And she just starts telling him all this stuff, you know. Yeah, you know, the killer in the back, I think he can feel the shark. He can feel the baby shark in the suitcase, in the briefcase, and asks Benchley if he's ever heard of predestination. Everything falling into place. Everything. We cut over to the mobsters. Again, they're still flying. For some reason, we see wild horses running away from the helicopter. We cut. Yeah. We cut back to the police officers, to the two officers from earlier, and you know, I guess they found bodies.
Yes.
Or they found a cab. They found a cabin. I guess they found bodies in there. And he says they need to actually go tell the mayor. She's looking around and she goes, "Oh shit, I thought I saw a shark." The corn's rustling. The sharks come through and kill the two police officers from the beginning of the movie. Cut back to the car with Benchley, Tommy, and Schneider. And Tommy just keeps saying everything is falling into plan. I can feel it in my bones. Grossman called and said they're getting reports of attack reports on some people. And then he finds a shark in his popcorn. Yes, there's a baby shark in this movie. So now he says sharks in the popcorn, doggone it, throws it down. She looks at him, asks what does he think if he'll go back to Druid Hills with him. Now he's got a confession. Jen, what's the confession?
That
the bald guy, what's his confession?
I can't remember.
This motherfucker works with the CIA.
Oh, that thing. Yeah. Dude, it's been a long day. I watched this thing this early this morning, and it's been a day.
I'm sorry for making you watch it. He's a goddamn CIA agent, guys. And he knows he's been investigating the cult.
Yeah, I haven't seen them do it.
Me neither. But yes, this guy he's a CIA agent. He's been investigating the cult because apparently that's what the fucking CIA does. It doesn't do counter espionage. It doesn't go to other countries and fuck with shit over there. No, they have nothing. The CIA has nothing better to do than to investigate a shark cult. Make it make sense.
I refuse because nothing about this movie does.
Again, we can cut this entire car scene out. All of this shit. Tell you what, put the office, what do you call it? The interrogation scene in. Take this, leave that in, take this out. You're killing 30 minutes of the movie this way. Because we have not gotten to the thing, and there is still 30 minutes left in this fucking movie. I'm sorry, 24 minutes left in this goddamn movie.
There's a reason why I kept moving around the house while I was trying to watch this movie, because I would fall asleep. Ugh.
She looks at Benchley and goes, I knew there was something about you. It's a woman's intuition. Do you want to go into the eye of the storm with me? He goes, fucking A. Well, let's go. Why did you stop the car? Yep, and there's the sign. There is
It's
your green
poster
cardboard
board.
sign.
Dollar Tree special, man.
Holy shit.
For those who are wondering, yes, you can make a movie on Dollar Tree budget, apparently.
And they just cut. Oh my. And there's corn stalks glued to the sign.
Yes. It's like, what the hell?
Oh my God. So now we cut back to the mayor and Jonathan walking along the road beside the corn. Jonathan has like a harpoon spear of some sort, while the mayor has a hunting rifle. And they're just talking and walking and talking and walking. And then a random guy in a mask and a white hat and a black hoodie shows up. Now, I will say after I found this funny, it is something that he ordered from, was it Amazing is what he called it? It's supposed to be Amazon.
Amazing.com.
Yes.
And what you find on here, it helps you build websites or companies or whatever. And I saw multiple famous people on there.
So it's supposed to be Amazon, and he has this special platinum level that gets his stuff delivered to in 4 hours. So the guy is walking away, and as the delivery guy's walking away, in the background, he does get killed by the sharks, which I thought was funny.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, Pyle, Temu's too expensive.
It was Wish, Dollar Tree, something.
And he can stream, and he tells me he can stream movies straight to his phone. He goes, damn, what are you, a spokesperson for him or not? And that's when the shark kills the delivery guy. Jen, what does he order? Do you remember what he orders?
Shark bracelets?
Shark repellent bracelets.
Yes, shark repellent bracelets.
Now, I'm going to go off course here real quick because one of my favorite scenes, one of my favorite things to watch in the world is that old 1960s, 70s Batman movie with Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, where they're fighting basically the Joker, the Riddler, the Penguin, and Catwoman all at the same time.
Yes.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie is when they're flying in the helicopter and the shark jumps out, and as Batman's climbing down the ladder on the helicopter, the shark jumps out and starts biting Batman's leg in the middle of the air. That's exactly that, Pyle. Hold on. And Batman yells up, send down the bat shark repellent.
Yes.
Because for whatever reason, Batman had shark repellent in a fucking helicopter as if sharks are a problem in the sky. But it was still hilarious.
It was hilarious. I have it on disc and digital, but also, on the other hand, he had to be ready for everything.
He had giant squid repellent.
Yes. Why not?
So Jonathan puts his bracelet on, and Demare's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not putting that on. So we finally get to where they need to be. The cop and the CIA agent get out of the car. The CIA agent pulls Tommy out of the car. And Teddy. His name is, Teddy, because she keeps calling him Teddy Bear.
Yes, she does.
So she asks him if this is where it is, and he goes, yes, I believe it is. It's all coming back to me now. I can smell the virgin blood. Or the victim's blood will align with the power of Stonehenge. And the CIA agent's like, huh? And he's looking at the briefcase because he knows the baby shark's in there. He says that he starts going on about that that the martyrs are buried in the field, and if once the goddess comes back, everybody else will come back to life. And the sheriff gets this look in her eye.
Yes.
The CIA agent, asks for a weapon. And she shows him in the back of the car the bag full of the peaceful protesters' weapons. The gun, the knife, and the grenade. What happens, Jen, as he's looking in the bag?
I'm sorry. I'm sketchy at this point. The rest of it I understood.
The revolver and bashes the CIA agent in the back of the head with the revolver, turning on the CIA agent.
Yes. And she becomes the thing with the cult.
She just becomes whiny and really not a likable character at this point. But she basically wants the volunteer to be the final sacrifice and to allow the goddess to take her body so that she can bring her sister back from the dead. She uncuffs him, hands him the baby shark, and he's excited. So they need to move in. We cut to Jonathan and the mayor again, who are walking through the corn. And finally, I believe, the mayor gets attacked. He gets drugged into the corn. The mayor is now dead. Jonathan is running for his life as the shark is chasing him. We cut to Teddy and the sheriff. And he's trying to explain to her that she has to want to do this herself. She can't want to be the sacrifice for, to bring her sister back. And she goes, oh, no, I'm doing this because I want to bring my sister back. And he's just like, okay. So he has her put the Scarecrow's outfit on. The khakis, the flannel shirt, and the shark mask. Any comments, Jen? Look, you have a comment.
That's at least the costume gets better when she becomes the shark thing. Because this is why?
He starts celebrating as he runs around the corn, and he hands her the jawbone to the shark. We get a sky shot, and again we see the sharks going through the field. We cut to the CIA agent standing in the middle of the corn with the book bag, and he's trying to figure out where he is or what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets up with Jonathan. And he tells Jonathan that, what happened, that she bashed him on the back of the head. And Jonathan yells traitor. He tells me, Jonathan said, these lunatic shark cultists have their way. Everything's going to change, all this stuff. So they decide to go, they're going to work together and head into the corn. So now we go to Stonehenge at night, cut back to the cornfield. And this is where it gets a little weird because Jonathan and the CIA agent are walking in complete darkness. It is dark. It is nighttime. But every time they cut back to Teddy and the cop, it's kind of like dusk.
Yes.
So he gives the CIA agent, by the way, one of the other bracelet. The blood moon is rising. He is, the guy's starting his stuff. Teddy's starting his stuff. I'm not going to repeat all this stuff. It's literally him bringing back the goddesses. So They show all the bodies. She starts shaking. We are one with her now. And now she has turned into the goddess, which again, like Jen just said, the costume does look better. Doesn't look great, but it looks better. And now, I'm assuming that's Teddy that turned into this other shark?
Yes.
With hands?
That's what I'm thinking. I said the costumes look better. I'm not saying they made more sense.
So, Jonathan and the CIA agent are, they show up. And they're basically saying, Jonathan says, I guess we better do something besides, or be in a bad movie, which, too late, guys. So they see the shark, and they stand there shocked. What comes out of the corn? I'm going to yell.
Yes, I'm waiting.
Because motherfucking Bigfoot comes out of the goddamn corn and bashes the shark in the head with a boulder. Why? Why did fucking Bigfoot come out of the corn? And it wasn't kind of Bigfoot. It wasn't anybody. It was clearly somebody in a Bigfoot costume. But it was the actual Bigfoot. Why? Why did Bigfoot bash him in the head with a boulder? The CIA agent runs up and kind of like slam dunks the grenade into her head.
Headdress.
Yeah. And he literally goes, "Eat grenade, bitch." Drops the grenade in her head. Her head explodes. All is... I can't. I fucking can't.
You're the one that asked us to even try.
So needless to say, everybody dies. They go back to their car. They're high-fiving each other like, yeah, good job, yeah. And in typical shitty horror movie fashion, there's shark cultists in the back of the car that choke them out.
Yes.
Roll credits. Fuck this movie.
Yes.
Motherfucking big... So again, this movie came out in 2021. April 26, 2021 is when it was released. The production company is Twisted Illusions.
Yep.
Which has put out a lot of his movies. It might even be his company, for all I know.
Yes.
Let's look. There is some trivia. 2. Oh, I missed the part where Jonathan actually did start singing. I guess Jonathan's supposed to be the Quint character of the movie because he did start singing the song, the sea shanty that Quint sings in Jaws. Apparently, the guy who played the mayor came up with all the lines on the spot. That's all the trivia that's there.
The owner of this shark plushie could write a better movie.
All right, Jen, go ahead. Review. If
you want to watch a terrible movie, if you are one of the people who enjoys terrible movies and you just want to watch those type of things, this is the movie for you because, yes. Do I want to watch it again? I didn't even do like I normally do and just tried to rewatch it again to see if I could get some semblance of sense out of it. I watched it once. I couldn't even try again. I can't. I'm giving this one a 1. because I'm just
Oh, so this you're saying this is the worst movie you've seen on this show?
that I've watched the review with you. Yes.
I'll tell you, because we still have Amityville Thanksgiving and Cocaine Cougar.
That
Which
doesn't
you didn't.
mean I
You weren't.
can't
You
give
were.
it a half a
Yes.
point.
No, you can give it what you want. You because you weren't. I will give it to you. You were not. You were not on the show for Amityville Thanksgiving or Cocaine Cougar.
Yeah.
So yeah. So on IMDb, this movie gets a 1.9. Let's see. One of the reviews says, "Not good. What can I say about Shark of the Corn? It just isn't good and is massively underwhelming for its concept. We get a drunk couple, one running around with her upper half on show, a shark that not only looks unauthentic, but can also somehow not only survive out of water, but swim around the cornfield too." They never explained that either.
No, they did not.
They never explained how this shark is surviving, how these sharks are surviving in the corn. Sloppy script,
No,
poor
they did not.
dialogue, weaker than poor acting to go with that dialogue, and some underwhelming camera angles to go with the poor acting that went with the poor dialogue. Yeah. It's 1.9 is what it gets on here. I'm going lower than that. 1.75 of a star. It is not worse than it is not worse than Amityville Thanksgiving. It is not worse than Cocaine Cougar. This is why I don't want to rank it lower than those two. But this is a terrible, 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 terrible movie. None of this makes sense. Why the fuck is Bigfoot coming out of the woods and bashing a shark creature in the head with a boulder and then disappearing back into the damn corn? I can't. It made me laugh a couple of times. Those are the only positive things I can say about this movie. But if you're in, go ahead. I'm sorry,
dude. Ugh. Okay. It's bad.
So, if you are interested in forming your own opinion of this movie, though, it is on Tubi. It is also on YouTube, but you're not gonna get the topless woman on YouTube. But it is available on YouTube for free if you don't want to see the topless woman. If you'd rather see the topless woman, go to Tubi. You're gonna get the same shitty ass movie no matter what.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for this week's show. We went way longer than we should have with this movie. I gave this movie way too much attention. Jen, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm here on the Outlet Network. I'm on Fake Horde Publishing. I'm hoping to have new scary stories out for Corpse Garden Chronicles soon. And you're watching this on Friday with the Library and Blue Box, so of course you can see that I'm doing this too. So yeah, because this time Steven made sure to put it on there, and I appreciate that.
No problem. So you can find me, as always, on the Bloody Bin at the Bloody Binge Movie Show on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X. You can also email us at bloodybinge@gmail.com. If you have any movie suggestions or anything like that, please feel free to give them to us. We have Halloween season coming, and we will be I might do a couple of regular movies in September. I know the week of the 12th through the 13th, I will not be here. I will be at Horror Hound in Cincinnati, meeting Dee Snider. Looking forward to that. And there's a bunch of rockers coming to this one. Like, there's a guy from Pantera. There's a guy from Black Sabbath that's going to be there. Sad. Ozzy. Miss you, Ozzy. And then they just announced today that Elvira is coming to Horror Hound in Cincinnati this year.
My
Cassandra
second favorite
Peterson.
Cassandra.
Yes, Cassandra Peterson. I don't know if she'll be in. I know she's. I think she said she's going to be like backing away from the costumes, from doing the costume anymore. But we are going to meet Sting as well, the wrestler Sting. I'm looking forward to that because I've seen him wrestle so many times in Norfolk, but I'm looking forward to meeting him. And this is going to be actually the last year that he's doing the face paint. He won't do the face paint after this year, so looking forward to that. And then in October we're talking about going down to Lexington because Annabelle is going to be in Lexington. The actual Annabelle doll. They're bringing the Warren's Museum to Lexington. We are going to Scarefest and we are going to go see Annabelle. And then Labor Day weekend, you can
Please
see
get pictures and video.
If they will. I think they do allow it. So yes. Although with her just killing her handler, because apparently I'm finding stuff out. I guess. And if I'm wrong about this, please tell me. I guess they found Annabelle in the room with him. I'm not 100% sure if that's fact or not. I heard that on another podcast, but apparently she was sitting on the bed, on the opposite bed. But coming up on the show next week. Okay, here's the thing about next week. What's up? Do you have something to say, Friday?
I was just saying that would be interesting if that's actually what happened. And
Yes.
What about next week?
Well, we're going to have to do the show on Thursday night because I do have to work on Friday next week. So Thursday night we'll do the show. It is our pre-SummerSlam show. Stay tuned to the pages, to the Facebook page or the X page, because we're scheduled to do Ready to Rumble next week. But I'm thinking, due to circumstances from yesterday, we have to change the movie. What is your opinion on Suburban Commando?
They changed the scene from when we were younger. The voice of the voice of the Undertaker, and it aggravates the fuck out of me.
Did they?
Yeah.
I remember his voice was always that squeaky voice in the movie.
It was the squeaky voice in the movie, but they changed it to a children's voice in the later. Because I remember that Josh and Raz and multiple others in the group remembered that, and then we got the digital copy recently. My friend got me the digital copy for Mother's Day, and we were rewatching it, and we found out that they had changed the voice.
That's weird. That is kind of weird.
It's aggravating. I don't like it.
But we might be switching the movie for next week to Suburban Commando. With the recent passing, of course, of Hulk Hogan. I know a lot of people aren't very happy with him and his personal stuff. Whatever. Everybody's feel free to feel how they feel. But we cannot deny, nobody can deny his impact on professional wrestling. And he did try to search for forgiveness for the past few years. Again, not for me to tell anybody to forgive him or anything like that, but we can't ignore his impact on professional wrestling and the fact that professional wrestling would not be around today without Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has done some terrible things as well, but whether we like it or not, whether we like them or not, there would be no professional wrestling around in 2025 if it was not for Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon putting it on a national level. So in honor of Hulk Hogan, we probably will be switching to Suburban Commando for next week. Jen, Friday, I will let you know. And of course, we will be coming to you on Thursday next week, not Friday, because I can't promise I'll get off work in time to be here to do the show on Friday. So all that coming up the week after that. Let me bring up my list again because I can't remember off the top of my head what I've done. But the week after that, we are doing August 8th. We are doing Ghoulies. I think that's a show you're looking forward to. because we're watching Ghoulies. August 15th, it will be our end of summer. Go ahead. Will you say something?
Said I definitely like that movie.
Yes,
about
it's
Ghoulie.
good. It's a fun movie. August 15th, we will be doing our kind of end of summer show, watching our first Andy Sedaris film of his collection, Savage Beach. The week after that, we will be watching the sequel to Rock and Roll High School Forever, starring Corey Feldman. Jen, we will have to watch that on YouTube. It is the only place I have found that movie, besides my movie collection, but my movie collection's in a storage shed right now. And on the 29th, of course, Labor Day weekend, there will be no show because I am supposed to be in Cleveland that weekend, attending Nightmare Weekend, I think is what it's called. A lot of pictures, a lot of videos coming from that because I'm excited for that one. But guys, it's been fun this week. Again, went way too long. I might have to start cutting out some news or something to get these a little shorter. But I hope everybody enjoyed what they saw. Jen, what do you guys got coming up on Monday?
And please. Oh yeah, definitely. We had to reschedule for Monday. We are doing There's Nothing Out There as our movie. I'm not sure how many people are going to be there. It was an interesting movie. Please watch it and join us, or please come see the show regardless. And there's a link in the group, guys, if you want to watch the movie yourself.
You can watch it a lot of the same places you watch the Bloody Binge on the Owlite Network, Friday in the Big Blue Box, everywhere, the Dorkening, Hellfire, wherever you're watching our show, you watch it the same places. But guys, we'll see you next week. I figured
that was obvious. At least come find the movie on Tomb, the YouTube channel as well.
I still like to tell people just to be on the safe side, But guys, we will see you next.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks for me. I'm emotionally spent. It's been a bad week again for Gen X. I'm physically spent, emotionally spent. My ferrets won't let me sleep at night. I'm getting woke up every morning at 4 a.m. with a ferret biting my feet. It's fun. But I love them.
Ow.
I love them.
That sucks.
Nah, they don't bite hard. It's like a nip. But guys, we will see you next week. Keep a lookout on the page for all of our new shows. More than likely, I think we might do the first week or two in September of regular movies, and I think after that it will be Halloween movies all the way through October. But guys, keep watching horror, keep reading horror, and be good to each other.
Yes.
See you next week.